There you go. There you go. What's up, What's up, What's good with you?
I'm doing good, man. It's an amazing day.
All right, welcome to the show. So listen, man, I'm gonna go ahead and let you do your thing, man. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to everybody that's watching live right now on K100 Radio, man. Go ahead and tell them we rocking with, dog. You got the floor.
Yo, it's the one and only little Playboy, PLAYBOII. I've been doing this for a long time, about 20 years, man. Like, I look like I'm about 20, but hey, I started at a real early age, man. I got my first foot in the door with music when I was probably like 13 years old. We created the Crank That Soldier Boy dance.
Right.
I signed my first deal when I was like 17 to Sony Epic. I had a song called Crank That Yank, number one on 106 in part. And I just been staying down for a long time, man. I created the Shawty Little Running Man dance, VIC Get Silly, I wrote records for all kind of different artists, man, between writing records, coming up with dances, being behind the scenes, and then having my own Billboard success with my own records. I just been really just turning up, man. So it's a blessing to still be doing this thing for as long as I've been doing it.
Man, that's what's up, man. Welcome to the show. All right, man. So listen, fam, you got like a storied history. And a lot of times when we talk to artists on K100 Radio, for the most part, because we do center around independent artists, a lot of people that we talk to, I ain't gonna lie, about 80% of the people that we do interviews and stuff with, that we cover, they haven't done none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have the accomplishments. They ain't been on no tours.
I got BET Hip Hop Awards and everything.
Right.
I've been
so
for a minute.
I'm glad that we having a chance to like sit down and talk to you, because also on top of all of that, you still running the business side. You running your label and everything and all that.
Yeah.
So I guess my first question is, let's go back a little bit with the history, man. Talk about some of the things that you've seen when you first did from Crank That Soldier Boy to now. What are some of the things that have changed dramatically, in your opinion, in the music industry, especially in Atlanta?
In Atlanta, I think that Atlanta not really ran by Atlanta people no more.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, like a lot of the people who helped put you on, and you gotta meet the I don't like to use the word keep gapers, but we all kind of got like big homies that can help you.
Right.
But now it seems like Atlanta, it's always been a city where other people came outside to work, but now it seems like it's like that with the music industry too. To me, I think that, but it's a good thing too, because we got so many people from New York, Chicago, Florida, all over that come in, and now they running things in our city too. They help us pop in their city as well. So that's why you check my BDS fans, you see my media base fans, you see I'm getting love in Detroit and Pennsylvania and just all over, because some of the people that I'm making work with out here from St. Louis helping me get on to St. Louis, you know what I mean? But back then, I feel like mostly with this Atlanta, so we like blew up real big in Atlanta, and it was easy to catch the Atlanta wave. But now it's a little bit harder, because we got, more than just the city of Atlanta where we targeting.
Right. But so all in all, because of course the landscape has changed, like, obviously, you feel me? But all in all, you think if you got to pick, would you rather have Atlanta the way it is now, with a lot of people from all over contributing, or would you rather have it just Atlanta, like just the A, like back how it was before? Because I feel like the transplants maybe help spur growth a little bit, because everybody, like you said, they come here, then they bring what they got here back to their city, and blase, and vice versa. But what would you rather have it though? What's your preference?
It just depends on the type of people that we referring to, because you got some people that come to the city that's not from the city, and they help themselves get on, but they don't really help Atlanta artists get on. That's the only thing I don't like. But it's a lot of DJs that I rock with that's not from the city. They help me because they know that I'm a solid guy. They know I got good quality music, and they know my resume speaks for itself. So it just depends, man. If I could take the little handful of people that's just coming in and benefiting and not putting back into the community, back into the city, I'll go back to the old Atlanta ways. But if I could take them folks out, then I like the way it is now, because I think that now is more money, it's a bigger market,
right?
And it just broadens your audience.
Right. I like that answer, because I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? As somebody who I'm not born and raised here, but I've been here for 27 years, and I've been doing music in Atlanta for 27 years. That's how long I've been here. I came here for the industry, and I've been doing it from the moment I touched down. I feel the same way. You know what I mean? I've even seen, as somebody that's not from here, I've even seen the transformation. You feel me? As far as everything that you're saying, I agree with you wholeheartedly. But let me ask you this though. So you've dealt on the major, you've got BET Awards, you've got gold records. You feel me? You've been on tours and everything, and all of that stuff. But right now, let me ask you this. Right now, you consider yourself an independent artist? Are you an indie?
100%.
100%. Okay, so let's talk about the difference between being a part of the machine, the big machine, because you know the difference, the big machine, and where you at like right now as an independent artist. I know you got more freedom to kind of do whatever you want to do. You ain't got no cuffs on you, right? But at the same time, maybe it could be a budget, you know what I'm saying? Maybe whatever, you got to work a little bit harder to get certain kind of media platforms to pay attention. Tell me the difference between the two worlds.
Okay, so for starters, right? Let's say this, right? Because there's a lot of independent artists that's not really independent artists.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind and in my eyes, and I forgot who I seen say this before, but it makes so much sense when they said it. You're not, sometimes, like, if you ain't got no LLC, you ain't got business funding, you ain't putting the bread up, you ain't piping your brand up, you just an unsigned artist.
Right.
There's a difference between being an unsigned artist and an independent artist. So when I'm speaking on this independent artist scale, it's not to bring down any unsigned artists, but I just want to make that clear, because being an independent artist and controlling your own label, having to put, racks here, racks there, trying to figure it out. Sometimes you might take a loss, sometimes you might not. That's the downfall of being the independent artist. You don't know until you give it a try.
Right.
You know what I mean? But unsigned artist, you just making music, putting out, waiting for a major to come get you, not really having no real budget, like you said, not really having no real industry connects. For like the past 2 weeks, I've been outside going to 3 clubs a night, networking with DJs. That's the hustle of an independent artist.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? So all of the grind and the hard work comes behind being independent artist, but it's 100% worth it in the long run because you get more money. When I signed my major deal, I was in a group. So they pushed us. They had us number 1 on 106 and Park, TRL, performing at all the Source Awards, won BT Hip Hop Award for Best Dance of the Year, all the stuff. Like they put $250,000 behind radio and got us, performing in Oregon and everywhere, blew us up.
Right.
But guess what? All the money that they spent, realistically, I ain't seen over $1,000.
Now that's correct. Whoa, that's crazy. Say that again.
Let me say this: they gave us a lot of money up front.
Right.
But between the big events and all the money that they spent, I don't know. Maybe I need to get somebody to do an audit. Like I seen who that was, Chameleon said or something like that.
Right.
Of them, like, you got to audit these major labels, because sometimes they'll be getting money off of you. And then when we was under Epic, they just merged with Sony. I don't even know if Sony and Epic is still together. So it's like whoever could still collecting off of our streaming royalties now, they ain't probably even the person who we did our deal with.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's the downfall about being major. Like, they'll give you some money up front, but you got to make sure you sign the right deal. You got the right people. You got the right team. Because when we ended up splitting up at that time, so the major, it has its benefits. It just depends on if you know how to finesse the major game. Like I said, I got a lot of money up front for them, but also when we had majors, they didn't have like the crazy 360s. When I signed my deal, I didn't sign the 360, so they wasn't getting paid off my merch, my shows, and if I go do a Country Wayne skit right now and make 20,000 off of it or whatever I get, they don't get a percentage. So, but now when you sign to 360, they getting paid off of all that. So that's one of the main reasons why I think that being major and it's kind of like not the same as it was back in the day. Also, the things that you needed a major label for back then was like radio and TV. Realistically, TV got taken over by social media.
Yeah.
And YouTube, so you really don't need a major label to put you on social media and YouTube.
Right.
And when it comes to radio, you can really do it yourself if you know the right people.
Right, exactly.
I'm independent, and look where I'm at right now.
Right.
Look who I'm talking to.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
So if you if you know how to network and you got the hustle on you, you're gonna get there without the major.
Exactly. And just the crazy difference in what you're saying, it's like you said you did 106 in Park. Okay, so BET. Remember there was a time when you had to watch TV to see a video.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like if your video went on TV, nobody even saw it. So now you can shoot the video and put it out and get it directly straight to the people. So you know, I mean, it has came a long way. But I wanted you to talk about that because I wanted people who I'm pretty sure a lot of people know you that's watching, but maybe someone had never really know your whole background and your story. So it's like I want people to understand right now here somebody that's actually lived in both eras, who did music in both eras. You feel what I'm saying? That's very important to say right now. And for what I'm getting, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I'm hearing, based on what you're saying, kind of sounds like, yeah, you really like, you're gonna stay independent. You ain't really trying to get no deal. You ain't really doing it like that.
My thing is, if I want to keep my ownership, I want to keep my masters, and I want to be able to call myself the boss and CEO like I do right now. If I did set something up, the number had to be right, and it definitely got to be some type of partnership.
Right, exactly. A partner, and that's a partnership, because back in the days, that was nothing close to a partnership. You know what I'm saying? Like you had no leverage, but now you got leverage.
Either you was really, really big and you had majority of the leverage, like a Birdman or Master P or somebody like that, or you didn't have no leverage at all. So it was either very one-sided. Either you get one of them 80-20 deals, or like Birdman got from Universal, that 90-10 deal,
right?
Or you getting the 10 or the 20%, and that's it. It really wasn't too much partnership, like how you would hear Nipsey talk about, or Young Dolph talk about, or you know, some of the other guys that did partnerships when they was independent.
Right.
Or you can stay 100% independent like Russ. I seen Russ the other day just post his TuneCore account and made like 200,000 in a week.
Yeah.
So why do he need Sony to do his distribution if he could just keep putting it on TuneCore, making 200,000 a week?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it just depends on what lane you really want. But if I could get them to do a partnership and it made sense, then yeah, I'll do it. That way it would be easier to fund some of the things. But if it's not a partnership, then I don't want it.
Exactly. And I like to have engagement with our social media pages and stuff like that when we be talking to people. So right now, someone is asking you a question literally over there on the IG page. You know, it's asking, you know, what's the top 3 moves that you feel like you've done, you know, as an independent artist, you know what I'm saying? Based off what you said, like, what's the top 3 things? I think they're asking you, what are the top 3 things that you've seen be effective now that you are independent and you footing everything yourself, you footing the bill yourself? What's giving you the most bang for your buck as running your own label and being an independent artist right now? What's the top 3 things that you felt like has worked when you put your money behind it every time?
First thing first, appearance. You gotta look like somebody important. If you don't want the big shiny teeth like me or the big shiny chain like me, you still gotta make sure you have something that represents your brand. I turn my hat to the back. You see my label, you see my logo. You gotta brand yourself, because everywhere I go, somebody compliment me on my hat, or they might see my chain or something like that, and it grabs their attention. They say, "Oh, you a rapper? Oh, that's you own a record label." You just gotta brand it. So I think just investing, you can go buy the same hat from Lids for $30, but invest that extra $15 to get your name on the back of it. That's gonna bring up conversation starters regardless, especially like anything that got your brand on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then majority of that stuff, write off. You can write it off. That's another thing that something that I learned that we could talk about that for hours too.
Right.
But you know, that's the first one. It always work, branding. Secondly, networking for sure, because you can. I seen something that said you can go by yourself very fast, but you can go with a team and go very far.
Right.
So it just depends on how far you're trying to go. I got a close to almost a 20-year run. Crank That Yank will be like 18 years, 17, 18 years this year. You know what I mean? So I'm close to, and that's major success. You gotta also remember, I've been doing this since I was like in middle school, winning every talent show. In high school, winning every talent show. Then we blew up in high school. Now, you know, that put me on where I'm at. So definitely that was one.
And third?
And I would say thirdly, one of the things that I do independently that I think that I'll own your own studio. 100%. I got a studio
I like that answer.
My house.
Yeah.
And I'll wake up in the morning drinking my coffee and my boxers and get to work. I don't gotta, and guess what? I seen what's his name? the old YBN kid said that he made the studio in his house and had the label invoice him, and he made 500,000. See, that's what I said. If you got a major label, you got to know how to finesse them with the independent hustle at the same time. So he was smart for that. But yeah, as an independent artist or independent label owner, have your own studio so that way you're not just dishing out money every week. You got to stay consistent, stay in the studio, and it's easier to invest $6,000 up front on a studio setup, on a good quality studio up front,
right?
Or you're gonna look up a year go by and you already done spent about $5,000.
Exactly.
Then, you know, if you doing this for the long term, you know that one good studio is gonna last you for a decade.
Exactly. Good answer. I love the answer. Now I got another question for you, man, because I got several, but we only got 30 minutes. But I'm gonna try to get to it. Okay. And we got to play the song, and we got the video. So shout out to everybody that's watching right now. This is K100 Radio.
You are tuned to
K100
Radio, hip hop and R&B.
You know the drill. All right.
K100, you bastards.
And there's so how this interview came about. I actually had somebody as a part of your team, which is actually a DJ. Shout out to DJ D-Rock. Somebody that hit me up and was like, yo, we got to get Playboy on the air. We got to get Playboy. And I'm like, cool, that's bet. You know what I'm saying? We talked, we had a conversation, and it was what it was, right? So I want to ask you something, because not too long ago, maybe a little part earlier this year, maybe it's been maybe a year, there was this big quote unquote kind of sort of like symposium, and there was this thing about the artists and the DJs, and they had a big conversation in the room full of people, and stuff was said and people fell out and whatever. Was crazy. I know you may have heard of it. Doesn't even matter. Mm-hmm. Right now, I want to talk to you. What do you feel like the relationship right now as an independent artist and somebody that's did all these major things, and now actually I got your music, working your music from a DJ. What do you feel about the relationship of artists and DJs right now in Atlanta or in the industry, period?
I can't speak for every artist, because one thing that I'm gonna say is that I've been doing music for a long time, and I always had personal relationships with DJs.
Right.
So even when the DJs and the artists and the promoters, all three was in this entanglement, bumping heads, that didn't happen to me. I could go to any club and talk to the DJ. They play my music. The host know I am. They shout me out all night. We have a good time. We had drinks. If there's a strip club, we throw some money, get some dances. We just have fun. And my thing is, you just got to keep that relationship and build that relationship. There been time when I didn't have no single, but I would still pop up on D-Rock and just show love and not even ask them to play nothing, and I'm just there to support. You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? So if you're an artist and you just trying to use a DJ, you can't overuse nobody, because you don't want nobody overusing you.
Exactly. I love that.
That's my intake on it. So
yeah.
I don't feel like I ever really did that with any DJ. And if I did, man, hey, I apologize, but I don't think I ever did. I know there's always three sides to every story, but I know I stayed down with majority of all my DJs, and that's why I get so much love and so much support now, because most guys tell you, like, man, Playboy been solid ever since I known him.
Right. And that's important. That's important.
I also big on like opportunities and networking. So it's been plenty of times that I introduce one DJ to another artist, or another artist to a different DJ, or DJs to DJs, and you know, they remember that stuff.
Right, exactly.
It's been times where DJs call me like, man, I need you to come perform at my little sister's birthday party, or pop up at this birthday dinner, and we at the birthday dinner taking pictures. It's like, I'm always big on favor for favor, scratch my back, scratch your back, and then when the money comes, we split it up. Or even if you need money up front, guess what? We can figure it out.
Exactly.
You can figure it out. I can go find whatever I gotta find and get whatever I gotta get to make sure that whoever on my team, we gonna make the thing work how it's supposed to work.
Exactly, man. I love that answer. One more before we get ready to play this video. So if you guys are watching on the social media channels, if you guys are watching on Instagram, if you're watching on YouTube, whatever, if you're watching the visual, we got the video for you. So you're going to see the video getting ready to be played in a minute. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about them, let them introduce the video and the song and everything. So we're going to get to the music. But I got one more question. You came up, Crank That Soulja Boy, you came up in the era where everybody used to dance. The era was different, and the club was different. Everything was different. You could, a dance went with the song, whether it be the motorbike or whatever, crank that, whatever. That made the song. That made people want to go to the club and do it, and you would see a way. Right now, dog, in the club right now, especially in Atlanta, but not just Atlanta, everywhere I be going. Right now, the club has changed so much when you got more so a lounge atmosphere. I done been in clubs where they ain't even got no dance floor. It's just all sections. You feel what I'm saying?
That's what the club is about now.
Right. So tell me the adjustment that you made being the way, because you came up in that dancing area. You gotta, how did you adjust as an artist?
Man, look, it's tough for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like going to the club to spend $2,000 to get 3 bottles of alcohol just to stand on the couch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a lot of people with me. My circle kind of small and tight, so y'all forcing us to buy 3-4 bottles. You know, I can't drink all
Yeah.
with 4 people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me, my girl, my security, and 2 of my homeboys. How we about to drink 4 bottles for 2,000? Come on, man. Like,
right.
And then the thing is, they be having the minimums. Like, yeah, it's a 3 bottle minimum if you want to be over here. I'm like, dang, so I got to be on the floor if I only get 1 bottle.
Right, exactly.
I don't like that, man.
Yeah.
I hate spending my money on that, but that's how it works, man. And you got to just adapt, or you sink or swim. You know what I mean? So I've been swimming with it. So what I do is, if I'm about to get these bottles, I'm about to bring them out one at a time. Each time I'm about to have a sign say, spend a milli, pay up music, Playboy, like promote my brand when they bring the bottles out. That's
right.
what I'm telling you, like branding is everything. I'm not giving y'all folks this money, but we're not about to brand the situation. And then I try to make sure the DJ is tapped in with us. So when they bringing the bottles out, they playing the music. You just got to make people think that your status is top tier, because that's what it's all about in the club now. Like we said, back in the day, it was a good time, having fun, dancing, taking shots. Now people don't take shots no more. You got to order a bottle and drive the boat. That's the only time, you know, they really taking shots like that or having a good time. But for the most part, I think that between losing that dance floor, that kind of like took everything for a big turn. But I've been staying afloat with it though, just riding the wave. I see what all the ballers do. I see what the scammers and the trappers do. I'm doing the same thing.
Don't forget them niggas.
I'm bringing the bottles out with the sign. But see, they signs say weird stuff like, you know, whatever they want to say, little comedian funny stuff.
Yeah.
My signs be saying stuff that got to do with my music. Whatever my new single in Squat Challenge, come out, play this record, A+. Make the sign say Squat Challenge. They bring it out.
All right.
You see what I mean? Yeah.
I like it. I love the answer, man. Yo, so it sounds like your mind is always working and always worried about the goal and focus and branding, and which is key and important. So let's get into the music, shall we? This is K100 Radio.
You are tuned to K100 Radio.
You know the drill.
R&B.
Yeah.
K100, you bastards.
And we're getting ready to rock out, man. Now, you got this dope video for this great record called Spend a Milli. It's definitely, to me, what I would call a club record, but you can play it at the kickback or whatever you want to play it at. Play it in the car, riding through the park, whatever the fuck you want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this right here, I like it. When D-Rock sent it to me, I was like, yeah, I like it. So let's talk about it, man. And first of all, you mentioned something earlier when you was like, listen, quality, your branding, everything matters, all that, your look matters. Well, let me tell you this, the video look good, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, the video look good. Listen, you know, we get what we get over here sometimes. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But I ain't gonna talk about nobody.
Shout out my director, Rockstar Cope.
Yeah, say it again.
Shout out my director, Rockstar Cope.
All right, shout out to Rockstar Cope. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce the video, man, and the song, and then we just gonna get straight into it, homie. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's the one on the PLAYBOII, Playboy. This is my new video, Spend a Milli. My director, Rockstar Cope. My producer, D Money. Hey man, it's $1 million project. We turning up all the way. And it's time to pay up or lay up. We about to take it over, man. Let's go.
Let's get into it, fam.
You are tuned to K100 Radio. Hip-hop and R&B.
She bout her PU. She bout her PU. Dollar sign. She bout her PU. Dollar sign. Why? If he ain't spending money, tell that pussy nigga bye. Cause I'ma spend $1 million on that pussy if it's mine. Girl, I'ma spend $1 million on that pussy if it's mine. She got that PU. Dollar sign. Why? If he ain't spending money, tell that pussy nigga bye. Cause I'ma spend $1 million on that pussy if it's mine. Girl, I'ma spend $1 million on that pussy if it's mine. Hey baby, let me spend $1 million on it. You know I really want it. Sweet like kiwi watermelon. Hey, bust that pussy open. I love the way you put it on me. Swimming in your ocean. In the morning, you gon' need a plan B. And an ibuprofen. Maybach chauffin'. Cartier frozen. Matching sneakers. Jumbo lace. Rick Owens. Ice every finger on your hand. Like your fist broken. Drop another $100 grand. On a mommy makeover. Twitters and roses. Waiting on a Range Rover. A G-Wagon. Fuck it, you get both of them. Why choose when you the one that's chosen? Never been anemic, but she know my dick the coldest. Sex raw, fuck a Trojan. Platinum A-Max, no limit like the soldiers. Beat it up till it's swollen. Sex so good, she start to fall like October. She bout her PU, dollar sign, why? If he ain't spending money, tell that pussy nigga bye. Cause I'ma spend $1 million on that pussy if it's mine. Girl, I'ma spend $1 million on that pussy if it's mine. She got that me, baby, be a millionaire. Many millions in the bank, have a baby every year. I'm talking cash money, feel like baby and slim. Drop the top in the lamb, let the wind blow your hair. V10, V12, heated steering wheels. Fuck a light bill, I'll add your name to the crib. Private plane every trip. Take them panties off, I'm tryna eat it in the air. Atlanta, Paris, Egypt, Australia. Waking up in different countries, eating dinner for breakfast. 50 pointers on the neck, I made ring so big you can see your reflection. Money, love, and affection. Trust me, girl, you ain't never got a question. I can't wait to see you naked. Now let them clothes take off like a motherfucking spaceship. PU, dollar sign, why? If he ain't spending money, tell that pussy nigga bye. Cause I'ma spend $1 million on that pussy if it mine. Girl, I'ma spend $1 million on that pussy if it mine. She got that PU, dollar sign, why? If he ain't spending money, tell that pussy nigga bye. Cause I'ma spend $1 million on that pussy if it mine. Girl, I'ma spend $1 million on that pussy if it mine.
So Playboy, that's great. They did a good job, my God. That's hard.
You are tuned to K100 Radio.
K100 Radio.
R&B.
Yeah.
K100, you bastards.
All right. Let me get back over to my screen real quick. All right, man. Playboy. Man, shout out to everybody that's watching us over there on Instagram. Shout out to people that's giving out some love on the Instagram, the people that's watching on Facebook and YouTube, man. Big ups. Thank y'all very much. All right, for real. Before we get ready to get up out of here, man, I want to make sure that everybody got your social media, fam, and how everybody can get in touch with you and get in contact with you, fam. Go ahead and give everybody any information, how they can get that song, all that.
Yeah, man. Follow me on every platform at Lil Playboy. LilPlayBoi. A lot of y'all might know me from back then when my name was Lil Playboy, but it's officially just Playboy now. PLAYBOII, all spaces. PLAYBOII. That's my official artist name. But all of my handles on all my social media is still Lil Playboy because I got so many followers and it's just hard to switch up. And, just hit me at Lil Playboy. LilPlayBoi. I got anything you need. DJs, tap in with me. I can give you guys all the DJ service packs. If you can't holler at me, get at D-Rock. D-Rock can get y'all straight. What else, man? The pay up page at Pay Up MG. Yeah, so that's pretty much all our social medias, man. If you need something, just tap in with me, man.
K100 Radio.